Come on. Come on. Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is Starship Adventures. My name's Ian, and it has been a rather busy afternoon here watching these storms start to fire up. So I thought it'd be a good idea to go ahead and go live. We're going to stay live through the evening here as this storm progresses, and we're going to watch what is going on out here. And I got to tell you guys, it's been some very interesting developments when it comes to these storms. We have an area today that has a very, very high likelihood of severe weather. This was put out by the National Weather Service. This is from the Storm Prediction Center in Norman, Oklahoma, putting out this special weather advisory. And this was just updated this morning. This is the latest advisory, and there's some really cool things to look at here. And there's also some pretty dangerous stuff we're going to look at here as well. But first, I want to say hi to everybody in the chat room. It looks like Girl World's arrived. Hello, Danny and Peggy and R. Let's see here. Danny, Piggy. Okay, I think I got everybody. And I believe that Carlotta will be in just a few minutes, at least in the chat. Let's see here. Carl will be joining us a little bit later. Carl, as you guys call her, will be joining us here in just a little while. But anyway, we are going to be continuing storm coverage through the evening here because we're looking at the potential for quite the outbreak here. So since that's the case, we will be live through the evening. Let's take a look. Let's go ahead and go to live Doppler radar, where we are already tracking two storms. This is split screen. We are on radar Omega, and what you'll see here on the left, see, if you guys listen to me for any time, you'll be a radar specialist by the time you get done, because I love talking about radar. There's some really cool things about this radar, and we're going to be going through all of them as we go tonight, so you can kind of check it out. If you have any questions about Radar Omega as we go tonight, just pop them in the chat room, and I'll be glad to answer them for you. On the left, this is like a boxing match. In the left corner, what we basically have on the left is that's the reflectivity. That is the radar signal going out, reflecting off the rain, and coming back and telling the radar site how much rain is in each pixel. The right side of the screen is the radial velocity, and this has become quite popular here just in the last 10 or so years as they've perfected this science, and this made this available to us now. With this, we can see which way the rain is moving in the clouds, and that allows us to have a really good insight as to where the tornado is. Now, last night we watched a few on the ground last night. Had some classic J-hooks. We had some classic yin-yang couplets in the on the right side of the screen, some J-hooks on the left side of the screen. So we're going to be watching this one. Let's go ahead and analyze this storm since it's right in front of us. First thing, whoops, I'm on the wrong screen. It helps if my cursor is moving the right screen. There we go. There we go. This storm here, we're going to start here. This particular storm is the only one that's warned. This is Archer, Wichita, and Baylor, Texas. So it's Wichita, Texas. These are moving northeast, and we've got two separate warnings on two different supercells here. So we're going to take a little look. First thing I'm going to tell you is it's hard to see anything because of the radar angle. So we're going to switch a different radar angle and see if we get anything. I still don't see a real strong rotation on this one. Let's see if we can opt for a third radar angle on this. I don't know if we have another one quite in range. There's the Oklahoma site up here, but that one's so far away. Let's use this one. Okay, I don't see a lot of rotation in this one, but we're watching. We might have like a little bit of a hook here on the left side, but I don't see a couplet necessarily on the right side. But we do have two very strong thunderstorm cells here, so we're going to be watching this. One of the things I'm going to be adding to tonight's coverage, once we get a really bad storm, we're going to be throwing underneath me on the audio track scanner feeds from fire, EMS, and law enforcement, even amateur radio, out in front of the storm and where the storm is actually hitting, if we can. And I've had some pretty good luck with this. We're also going to keep an eye out for live cameras out ahead of the storm, and we've got storm chasers out tonight. I'm going to back up here and take a quick peek. They're all up here. They think something's about to happen up here. Notice the gang of 5 up here? These are our storm chasers for tonight. They seem to like this cell up here. It has not developed a tornado yet. However, it's getting there, and we're going to switch to the Dodge City Tower site so we can zoom in. Kind of a small a small cell, but these guys seem to like this one. Here they are down here. These are our different storm chasers tonight. We've got Aaron J. Jack. There's his live shot right there of his storm that he's tracking out there. Excuse me if I hit the wrong button, guys. It's there's a lot of buttons on this thing, but you're hearing him there, and that is the I don't know why it won't go full screen, but anyway. And here's Connor Groff, Connor Croft, I believe it's pronounced, and he is also heading towards this same cell that we're looking at right now. And then behind the two of them, we have a Willard Sharp here, who is not mobile at this time. He's standing by. Boy, it is, guys, it's warm out there. I mean, look at some of the temperature readings. These are live temperature readings coming out of their cars, and pretty warm. And then down further here, we've got Brandon Kopech, one of our storm chasers that's always out there. This guy's tried and true, and he'll be on tonight with us as well, and we'll be able to track him as he's coming up towards this cell, or he may be heading towards this cell just south of Shatterstock. I'm not sure, but let's go here. This is Corey Gherkin, another chaser out there. His windshield's already broken. Corey, what have you done? So there you go. He's already out there with a broken windshield. I'll tell you what, windshields don't last long in the chasing business. All right, let me take a look at the chat. I cannot produce and do the maps and everything and read the chat, so I'm going to kind of go back and forth. I'll leave the radar up as I read the chat. Anyway, what we got? Yeah, Murphy was toying with me a little bit, but you know what? Hey, it's going now, and there you go. I think my Murphy's name is Bill Gates, but I'm not sure. Let's see. Hello, everybody there. There's a lot of people coming in. We appreciate that. I'm trying to see if there's any questions for me. Yeah, I hope everybody's okay too. This, I want you guys, I'm going to back out here and take a look. Do you see the area with the dotted lines? That's the area. And by the way, they've moved it east. They're now including, Joplin was right on the edge of this. They've now moved it east to include Springfield and Lebanon in Kansas as well. And I believe those are in Missouri, Springfield and Lebanon, Missouri. So now those are included in the high-risk area for tonight. And you can see there, here's our setup. On the radar, these gray little buttons that you see, those are radar sites. And we can switch to those radar sites, and it puts the circle up, which gives you the 100-mile range from the radar site. Now, when you look at, there's a lot of tower sites out here near Kansas and Oklahoma City. Anyone want to guess why? Well, because we really need them out there, because we get some really, really bad storms out there. Make sure you guys visit Peggy's channel and subscribe to Peggy's channel, please. Good content's coming. Just kidding, Peggy. There is no channel, Peggy says. Oh, okay. Okay, I can take care of that. Give me just a second here. Now you can do it. Now you can put that link in there for us. Okay, and um, yeah. Huh, that should have worked. Hold on, let me see what happened. Sorry, I'm literally doing this on the fly. Yeah, I made you a mod, so I don't know. Okay, anyway, it should come up eventually. All right, there is no channel. Yes, I know. Ladies and gentlemen, Peggy wants to announce that she's going to have a special coming up on her channel called I Don't Have a Channel. It's going to be really cool. I can't wait to watch. All right, I'm just giving you a hard time, Peggy. All right. Peggy is a contributor to a lot of different channels, including this one and Carlotta Alada and Talkin' Life with Nikki and a lot of different channels. But she doesn't want to do her own channel, and there's nothing wrong with that. We just like to give her a hard time about it. All right, so there you go. Everyone contributes in their own way, even if it's just watching and clicking the thumbs up button. That's good enough. All right, so there we go. There's Wichita Falls. You know you're in trouble when all the names of all the towns were named on the movie Twister. Sorry, guys, forgive me. All right. Yeah, there we go. We're starting to get a little bit of a niche in this one here, and we could have two J-hooks forming here. You can see see how there's two different features here that look similar? Those are probably tornadoes at this point, or at least starting to be. They may not be on the ground yet. Let me see if any of these are reporting on the ground. Nope, they're both radar indicated with possible hail size of 1.75 and 2 inches respectively left to right. So, yeah, quite a mess. Guys, we have 50 weather alerts nationwide, 50 weather alerts, but these two right here are currently our only 2 tornado warnings. What in the hell is this box? I got to get rid of this. Hold on. I just realized there's some errant box on the screen. There we go. I don't like those errant boxes, if you know what I mean. All right, so there we go. All right, let's go back and look. This is today's threat area. All right, this is not a dirty picture. It's a threat area, I swear to God. Inside that blue area, and that's mostly for people who are in Kansas and also Oklahoma, people in that blue dotted line could expect 75 plus mile an hour winds. So hurricane force winds coming to some areas within that blue dotted line. And then you've got the red dotted line. Those are where your long track tornadoes are favored for today. And we're looking at an area that stretches from way down near Houston in the panhandle of Texas all the way up into Kansas, into central Kansas and a little bit of Oklahoma, or I'm sorry, right through the middle of Oklahoma and a little bit more Illinois there, or I'm sorry. God, I'm so bad with geography. It's my one weakness with this stuff. But anyway, let's take a look at tomorrow. Tomorrow's important. The risk goes down a little bit tomorrow for everybody. That's a good thing. Notice there's no pink or red on here tomorrow. Okay, so what this means is still going to be a bad weather day, still going to be a weather day that we have to be ready. Still, but if you're in this area right here, then that's where you would need to be for the most part. If you're gonna have the highest chance for severe weather. The yellow area a little bit less, and so on and so forth. But that's tomorrow's threat. But as far as tonight goes, we are still watching it here. Again, we're watching this storm down here, but all of our storm chasers, there's a conspiracy or something. I don't know what's going on. They all seem to like these two storms up here. So as one of them gets close, we're going to take a look here. He's coming up behind this one. Outflow boundary there. I mean, that's the outflow from this storm more than likely, unless that's another storm in the distance and the one we're going to is on the left. But look at that. That's a big storm. That's a superstorm from 40 miles away, if you guys want to know what he's looking at there. That is an amazing live shot of a superstorm in Texas. Or I'm sorry, I think he's in Oklahoma. And his windshield's already got a crack in it. Safe Flight must love these guys. Yeah, I'm on the side of the road in a tornado warning. I need a new windshield. They said they'd come to me. Oh, God. All right, well, anyway. Let's see what kind of view we got here. He's showing it. He's showing it on his radar. Let's see if we can dip in for just a second here. I cannot, unfortunately. Let's hear what these guys are talking about if we can. Oh, God, this thing is a mess. Oh, looks like I guess they're not talking anymore. Okay, well, it was cool while it lasted. All right, this guy's on this road down here. He must be looking forward. There's that supercell. So you see this guy right here, and he's coming down this road towards Woodward, and off to the forward but left of him right there is that storm, and you can in fact see that storm there on the left. It's towering there. It's kind of hard because of the haze, and there's a lot of haze up there. But you can see it there amongst the bug guts. That's the storm stack over there on the left. Very cool. Very cool. All this is, these guys are great. I'm going to be giving out their names so you can check them out on their own channels, because most of these guys, they have their own channels out there, and they could sure use the love. So I'm going to try to direct folks over that way. I'm looking for others. There's a number of other storm chasers that are not in the Radar Omega system. And so I have the ability to keep an eye on some of those as well. And here's one here. And boy, there's smoke. I'm telling you, there is definitely a smoke and a haze in the air out there. I don't know if that's because of some burning that's going on out there or some agricultural stuff that's going on out there. But man, there is a hell of a haze out there, usually caused by a distant fire. And there we go. That's a shot of that supercell. And I'm not sure which one he's looking at, but I'm going to endeavor to try to figure out where he's at. And Aaron J. Jack is up here on Radar Omega, and he is still racing towards this one here. Look at that. That is an amazing shot of a supercell. I don't see it anviling yet. When you guys see it go up and all of a sudden a flat top starts to form and you see the end of it come out like that, that's called an anvil. It looks just like an anvil, like you see on the Bugs Bunny Roadrunner show, like every 5 minutes. Yeah, this is very active weather today. We did just get a tornado warning, so let's check that out. New warning just dropped. Let's see here. Yes, we now have 3. Looks like it looks like it's still in that same area again. Yeah, it's just another tornado warning. They've basically extended this one. Guys, we now have what looks like a tornado forming. We've got a J-hook. You guys see it? My wife hates the term J-hook. I don't know why. It's a meteorological slang jargon term. I don't know why she don't like it. But it's more like, I guess you could call it like a candy cane. Do you see it right there? It's like a candy cane laying in there. There it is. See, in the next frame just updated. And there you go. There's the hook. Over here on this side, you see the yin and the yang starting to form. You've got the red signatures coming in. The red signatures denote winds moving away from the tower site. The green is winds heading towards the tower site. And so what you can see here is that we have winds moving in one direction. Right next door, on the very next pixel, we see winds that are moving the exact opposite direction. And so there you go. Yeah, Peggy, when you start seeing this, it's basement time. That's sure, it sure is true. And it's good to always put on when you believe you're under threat directly. It's always good to put on your local media and get it on your phone and take that with you into the basement. And when you get down in the basement, put your phone in a very high spot down there, and hopefully you can still pick up the cellular service down there. Believe it or not, some people put passive antennas down in their basements so that they can have cell service during a storm. Look at that. We've got a J-hook and we've got a couplet on the right. So the reflected on the left is showing us what could be a debris ball there in purple. See, we've got 3 shades of purple up in there. That possibly is a debris ball. Below that, you got your J-hook right here. Got a definite J-hook. I want to make sure you guys see what I'm talking about here. And I'm going to do it in blue because blue is the least used color on the radar. But you see this like a candy cane? That's your J-hook. And when you've got this, your tornado is probably sitting right about there. And this is your debris ball sitting up here. I mean, it's a classic. And then here's your yang. And your yang. And you can line those up on both radars. They're just about in the same spot. Your tornado is just northwest of Windhurst, who looks like they're going to take a direct hit on this one. I know I doubt I have anybody in Windhurst, but my God, get under cover now. It's bad. It's coming. It's coming right up State Highway 25 East, and it's going to come right into town. We do have a debris ball. That's such a small town. I'm not going to look for webcams. If it's coming into a metro, I can usually find some rooftop webcams and stuff. Okay, a new image just came in. They're probably going to issue a tornado emergency on this pretty soon. Just went through Windthirst. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce that. We now have blues showing up on the radial velocity. We have very, very high winds in this couplet here right now. Very hot couplet. And this is continuing to move east, northeast. So let's go ahead and let's do something here. We don't do a lot, but let's do it. Let's go ahead and project this storm out. Let's see what we got here. We need to figure out what's in line for this storm. So let's do that now. Let's go in here. Let's take a look at this storm is moving at 24 miles an hour. That's probably a little slow comparatively, but let's just call it 25 miles an hour. Now we're going to come in here and we're going to look at the direction that this storm is moving in, which is probably more like this. And what do we have here at 25 miles an hour? Looks like Nakona. Nakona, you are Joy in 30 minutes. Bellevue in 60 minutes. Stoneburg in 76 minutes. And you know, I think these are going to be a little slow. This thing tends to not give out the fast enough speed sometimes. But you can see what direction it's moving in here. And it's going to follow right along with those alerts that they've been issuing. And I do believe we actually have a tornado on the ground with this one. At least it looks like it. Let's see if they've updated this one yet. Yes, we now have an observed tornado. The threat is considerable. This is the highest level warning you get until you get to a tornado emergency, which we might see here in just a second. A tornado emergency will come up. It will look like the purple boxes that you're already seeing, except it will be black dashed. And that way you'll know that's a tornado emergency. There'll be alarms that sound when that happens. This is a particularly dangerous situation here. This tornado, they've just issued a particularly dangerous situation. Take cover now from the National Hurricane Center. They've got an observed tornado on the ground, hail 2 inches, and damage threat is considerable. Like I said, this is the highest level warning you get right before the tornado emergency. So I'm wondering if that's going to come out. This looks like it's going to go north of Bowie. It's going to go north of Bowie. I'm not sure. Let me see if I can do this on the fly here. Windhurst. I think that Windhurst is in Texas. Archer County. All right, what I'm doing is I'm going to see if I can pull up a scanner feed. All right, Windhurst, Texas is in Archer County. Let me see where this is. Okay, it's got it. Unfortunately, the one program that I have that does scanner feeds does everything by county. And the program that I use for radar does everything by city. And in an area that I've never been to before or had any experience with, I literally have to go and search for things. It's very difficult. That one little fact right there has made things quite difficult for me. And there's not a whole lot I can do about it. Let's see here. Archer, there we go. All right, this is the county it's in. This includes the Wichita County Sheriff, Burke Burnett Police, Electra Police, Iowa Park Police, Archer County Sheriff, Clay County Sheriff, and Texas Department of Public Safety, all on this freak. Let's see if I can get it to scan here. Here we go. Let's see what we got.
I'm going to turn down Battenheimer and come up behind it, make sure there's nobody houses and stuff. I'm going to go down Zillman and see if that thing is going to strike that. Looks like they're burying the barns. I should have wind force fire with me. Okay, boy, they're right there. They're coming out of the station.
All right, I'm going to leave the volume like that. Can you guys, I want you to hear the scanner with me over it. Let me know how the volume sounds. I'm going to take a quick look at the chat room. We are listening live into Wichita Falls area law enforcement. Yes, Danny, that part of the warning area does look like the bikini area, yes. AR.
Notify Clay County that the deputy did spot it and it's moving towards Clay County.
All right, we have a tornado on the ground southeast of Wichita Falls, Texas, moving towards the Oklahoma state line.
They've got a tornado on the ground just northeast of Windthorst city limits.
Victor, on these, the wind speeds are calculated later. There's just no way to tell. I can't even. Radar tells me where it is, what it is, and how strong it is to a certain point, but there's no way till they come back and forensically look at it to know how strong the winds were.
Tornado on the ground on 174, probably right at the Archer Clay County line.
All right, so it's getting ready to leave Archer, coming into Clay. And this scanner feed does cover Clay County Sheriff as well. So we're going to stay on this scanner feed as this storm moves east-northeast from Archer County into Clay County as it makes its way, probably going to pass right over or just near Bellevue, Texas.
Archer County, they've got a tornado on the ground around Windthorst.
Can you guys hear the scanner okay?
On Wichita County.
Yeah, I'm sure South Alabama does not do basements because of the water table. It's the same reason we don't have any here.
Archer County and is moving on the ground northeast into Clay County from Windthorst.
So it moved probably right through or just north of downtown Windhorst. I don't know how big that town is. Doesn't look like that big of a town. There's no dense grid of roads or anything. So we're going to hope it's a small place. Not that that matters if you're those people, right? But hey, nothing I can do about that right now. You know, I want to talk briefly about that. Somebody mentioned to me the other day, how can you wish for these storms? And I'm like, I get excited about them. I love to study it, but it doesn't mean that I want people's homes to get damaged.
I'm going to be on 1182 Chevy Road looking at all this damage.
All right, so he's checking out damage. He's doing damage assessment, looking for people that need to be rescued in that area at this point. And this is what we're looking at. We've got a tornado on the ground, confirmed, just northeast of Windthorst, Texas. And it is slowly trying to make its way. God, I wish that thing would go away. It is trying to slowly make its way. There's so many warnings on the map that there's nowhere to click where there's not a warning. All right, so this is going to continue to move in this direction. Let's see. Let's take a peek here. It's going to move off this way. So it's going to go through Clay County, and then it's going to go through the next county, and then it's going to move into Oklahoma. It's going to be their problem. There we go.
Me en route. Myself from 511 to Windthorst.
Yeah, looks like
10-4. Yeah, I'm going to be coming in from the north.
it's going to be moving through Bellevue. It looks like pretty close. Bellevue. Looks like Bowie is going to be south of it. I don't think Bowie's going to be in the middle of it. If anybody has family out ahead of it, one of these, you let me know, and I will specify a little bit more on the forecast here. But let's see here.
Windthorst is advising some damage to a couple of homes on Carnady Road and lines down.
Yeah, lots of reports of damage coming in over the scanner now. We're listening to the live scanner feed. The hardest thing is to keep my camera centered. Because I just keep moving all around, you know. There we go. Okay, let's see here. There we go. Okay, so we're listening to the scanner feed out of Clay County and Archer County. It just went through Archer County. It's now on the ground in Clay County.
The back roofs ripped up and off, and trees all over the roadway.
10-4.
Manager would help.
Includes Bellevue, Lake Arrowhead, Blue Grove, Joy, and Dash Tie. At 6 p.m., Doppler radar indicated a long line of storms moving at 35 miles per hour east. Impacts include wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. Also be advised, tornado did touch down heading this way from Windthorst. Authority Clay County SO 1729.
I want you guys to notice we've had a number of frames go by, and what one feature has still persisted. The candy cane's still there. The debris ball is still there. And the yin and the yang is still there. So you've got the classic setup. I'm telling you, when you got the right tools, I mean, you could put this thing almost in a block, you know? It's amazing. Look at this. This is becoming another textbook. I have seen some really good radar signatures this year from these storms. I mean, they've just been really good. But there's your yin yang. Does that not look like a yin and a yang? Yin yang. You know, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? I mean, that's what that looks like. All right, let's. All the storm chasers chose the wrong storm. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
And everybody's headed down there to see what's going on.
These guys are all up here. 5 of them.
10-4.
Those storms are firing up too. Don't get me wrong. These will be tornadoes later. But the action's down here in Wichita Falls, Texas right now. And let's pick up the radar from the Oklahoma site. Is that where we're at? Nope. Let's do the Frederick site. Oh, look at that. Look at that couplet. It looks like a yin. It looks like a yin yang. You guys see that? It's amazing. I keep knocking the mic over. Yeah, that's there's your yin yang. Holy crap. And that's our only tornado warning right now. Again, we're still looking at this one. We do have what I believe to be a tornado on the ground. This has now gone back to radar indicated, meaning that no one has an eye on it at this moment. But they're expecting 2-inch hail. I would venture to say that there's a really good chance this one's still on the ground.
And dispatch, where did you advise they said the power lines were down at?
Oh, well, thanks, Victor. I appreciate that. All right, I'm going to leave that scanner feed up, okay? But while that scanner feed's here, I'm going to move it up to a different screen so it's out of the way. And now I'm going to start looking for the county out ahead of Clay County, because this is going to move into Montanique. And let's see what we got there. We've got Bowie Fire, Montanique Fire, Martinique County Public Safety. That one's got a bunch of listeners. Let's see what's going on there. All right, I've got them both up. So if they start conflicting, I'll turn one off. But I've got the next county over, which is Montanique County.
Go ahead.
Bowie Fire.
You call Archer and see if they need us to go anywhere, or we'll be turning on 174 here shortly.
What are you calling for?
All right. Hey, Talking Life with Nick. What's up, Nick? Oh, I didn't realize that. Hold on. Man.
708 Archer, there was no answer at the door.
Okay. Sorry, Nick, I don't know. I thought I had you as a mod, but I put you back as one. So there you go. All right. Wow, we got some black pixels showing up here. That is some really strong winds.
Yeah, 10-4, I see it. Yeah, I can see the phone.
He sees it on the ground.
Close out Falls 101. Jones County's going to work the crash. You can disregard.
Okay, it just went back up.
Who picks where these buttons go on things?
512.
Good.
Archer County advises there's no significant.
Okay, that scanner sounds just a little loud on the feedback. I'm gonna turn it down a little
Drop
bit.
and stay in the area if y'all would like for extra backup.
Where the storm actually is, the tornado keeps coming down at. We'll just watch it from 1883.
10-4.
Okay, we just had a new tornado warning issued. Clay, Texas, Callahan, Texas, Eastland, Texas.
Can you head towards the downtown
Let's see
line?
what this other one is here. Oh, it's down here. This is a whole new storm. Whole new storm.
1182 Sheffy Road.
And these are our other two. Look at that. We do have a couplet. And we've got a weird Weird looking J-hook. Let me switch radar sights because that looks goofy as hell.
10-4, we're working our way down Sheffy and Weidenheimer. 10-4.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird. It's almost, man, if somebody was out there, they'd be able to see this thing. It's almost no rain around it. That's weird. Anyway, yeah, we've got a rotation on this one for sure. This is another one in Texas. We just got another one. Let's see where this one's at. I think that's going to be that same one we were dealing with. Yeah, that's that same one. And then this one's the one back up here that we're watching. This one's definitely, we got one here. The scanner feed is on the counties that are involved right now on this storm. That's your scanner feeds. Guys, we will get into storm chasers eventually. We've got a bunch of them out there tonight. Unfortunately, they're all around the wrong storm. Unfortunately, they haven't got teleporters yet. So these guys, they have to kind of guess. Let's see if we got anything out here that looks promising.
Go ahead.
Weather chasers just come by and said the tornado's heading towards Blue Grove.
10-4.
There's Corey Gherkin, and he's got an eye on that storm. We'll see if it drops one. And then these guys over here, they're watching these storms over here. There it is. Isn't that amazing? We're looking out of his windshield right now, Willard Sharp. And right up there to the right, look at that. That's a supercell with the outflow over the top. Look at that. Let me pull that up full screen.
Butcher, go ahead.
Contact County Judge and see if you can do a hyperlink alert for this Blue Grove.
Yep, I agree. Let's see here. I agree. Hope everybody stays safe. This happens every year. But you know, when it's bad, it happens. It's a lot like hurricanes. You know, we're going to have a very busy hurricane season this year. If we get a lull in the activity later, I may pull up some maps and talk about that to fill some time. But we're going to have an amazing, huge, terrible hurricane season this year. And people ask me, why do you describe it as amazing and terrible? Well, because it's going to be amazing and terrible. I love hurricanes, but when they hit here, I hate it. Ruins my house, makes me run a lot of gas through my generators.
Could you create a call for agency assistance with Archer County?
Our house did good during Ian. My mom's house, where I grew up, took 4 feet of water. We lost a lot. I lost all my yearbooks. I lost. There was things that we just didn't get up. That they didn't get up in time, and the water came rushing in. What a shame. You know, you don't think about stuff like that until it's too late. We had lived in that house since 1969, and they had warned us 20 times to get out of that house that we were going to be flooded, and we never listened to them. Well, one day it actually happens. You know, you can only go so many times before it finally gets you. And that's what happened. Unfortunately, it got us. All right. Thank you for everybody that's watching out there. This is live storm coverage. My name's Ian, and I am broadcasting live tonight from the Starship Studios in Southwest Florida. This is where both Carlotta, Alada, and myself, Starship Adventures, broadcast live all over the world on our favorite platform, YouTube. All right, so there we go, and we're going to keep an eye on things here. I do have storm chasers around, and like I said, when they get to the point where they're chasing something, and we've got something to show you there, we will. We will probably be able to get to some storms here before, to storm chasers. Last week we had some amazing views from some of our storm chasers. It was absolutely amazing. Let's go back to radar. On radar now. Again, these guys are looking right at the storm. There it is. Still checking that out right there ahead of the thing. And here he's back a little bit further, and he's probably doing the same thing if his camera's not off. That's Connor Croft. I guess his camera's off. check in with him just back here in just a few minutes. These two guys are watching these two little cells as they become supercells. This is Brandon Kopak. I don't see where he's...
no longer on the ground.
Okay, it looks like that one might have lifted. The fire department or the police, I'm not sure who, is reporting now that that possibly has lifted, although this one is still listed as on the ground right here. The National Weather Service still has this one listed as observed, meaning that someone can see it, and the hail is 2 inches, estimated 2 inches in diameter. There's that J-hook, and there's your yin-yang. So still there. There's your couplet. I'm going to go out just a little bit. We'll take this for a loop, which we don't do very often. But you can see how it's moving there.
Cemetery Road, about halfway up.
And you can see it there continuing to wrap in right there. That's your J-hook. It's so obvious. And yeah, probably a tornado still on the ground here, but we're going to look at that. Eastland, Texas, Callahan, Texas. Let's run back down there and take a peek at this one. This one is got a J-hook on it from hell. Look at that, man. I mean, that's a hell of a J-hook there. It comes right around here like that. Look at that. And your tornado is sitting right there. And it looks like we're possibly starting to get some kind of debris ball up there.
No, it's not forking, just one of the lines.
Here's your yin-yang. That wind's moving that way, and this red wind is moving this way. So, yep, I see one forming there for sure. And this area here, just so you know, is outside. This is outside of the major warned area. This is still in the area, but it's outside the area that is primarily warned for today. Let's see here. I think I got it right here. Yeah, this is in an area that is it's warned, but it's not in the major area today. So this just shows you're going to get things outside of the red box, the red square. I'm going to show you another feature on the radar here that we're going to be monitoring as the evening goes on, and that is power outages. Anytime a county pops up with a color, we can click that and look at that. 62 people have lost power in that county. That's the power of Radar Omega. It's a lightning tracker and a radar, and it does all these other things, but it also tracks power outages as well. It does tropical, it does everything. We're going to be using this same radar to cover hurricanes that make landfall. We're going to be going on with continuous...
I've got a report of a semi turned over on its side, somewhere on 281 between Scotland and Windsor. Attention, Archer, AMR, and Windsor and Scotland first responders. I have a report of a semi turned over on its side, somewhere on 281 between Scotland and Windsor. Timeout 5:44.
708 in Roundhead, 1050.
Well, there you go. So we can track power outages here on the left screen by just clicking on these little blue boxes, and it tells me what's going on.
I'm coming through Scotland now, so I'll let you know on the exact location if I find it.
10-4, did that all just come through to y'all's?
This sucks that it looked like, I mean, if you were going to make a bet on this map, you would probably bet up here where they say everything's going to happen, because everything's going to happen up here. So these guys all went up here, and it ends up they're on the wrong side. They're on the wrong storms. Okay, he's now on the chase. I want you guys to see this. This guy here, this is Aaron Jajak, and he is currently on the chase right now. He's behind it. He's actually behind the storm back here, trying to catch up behind it. But I don't think these are producing funnels yet. I don't believe. Here's Corey Gherkin. If we can get a live from him, I'm not sure. Cell service is spotty out there. and some of these guys have external tennis setups and multiple services, and some don't.
Go
So
ahead.
In the air above Blue Grove.
there it is.
Highway in Sunset, Texas 404 Charlie 98.
And that's that cell right there. He's right in front of this cell. He's trying to get right where that's crossing the road so that the worst of this cell will go right over the top of him. And he's literally here looking down the throat of this thing as it's coming right at him. Although this one is not warned. This is severe thunderstorm warned. It's not tornado warned. So,
I just met one of y'all's deputies on 281, and I ain't seen a semi turned over anywhere.
currently 52 active warnings in the United States right now. Very busy. Let's go back to Clay, Texas. Clay, Texas. That's where we're listening to the scanner feed right now. And it looks like the J-hook might be opening up just a little bit, maybe in a weakening phase. These tornadoes will start out really strong, and then they'll weaken up, and then they'll get strong again. And there's this pulsing cycle that they go through.
I think our best spot today is probably going to be Blue Grove Cemetery Road.
Danny Pickles, what's up, guys? Hit the thumbs up. Thank you very much for that, Danny. I appreciate it, and I do appreciate all the love you guys show me out there. There you go. All righty, Peggy, and let's see. Yes, guys, on this Memorial Day, let's keep that in mind. You know, if the weather's good enough to grill, just keep in mind while we're doing it. I try to say have a happy holiday and a thoughtful Memorial Day. But yeah, it's all the same thing. I just
came through your 281 south of
we do a lot of stuff with my radio station. We do a lot of stuff here with the honor flights. And as you guys know, in Southwest Florida, we have a very high concentration of veterans that live here, especially veterans from Vietnam and Korea era. Have retired here. So there's a lot of those people here. So we do a lot of stuff down here for Memorial Day. My station, every year, we put out like 1,000 flags in a field, and we just go out and stick them in a field. We just do it because we do it. We want to show people that, you know, hey, this is something we do. And we don't even put our station sign there or anything. We just do this. We do a different spot every year. We also do it for 9/11. We have a flag for all 2,000 and whatever people that died, the exact number. And we on 9/11 we put those flags out every year. No, I'm not a veteran, Victor. I'm not. What I am is a retired firefighter. I was a firefighter my entire career until I retired. My back was bad. I retired a little early. But did put in pretty much a full career in the fire service. I was an auxiliary law enforcement officer, certified for 8 years during that time. I was on the disaster response team and responded to a number of hurricane landfalls, including Hurricane Andrew, where I went to Florida City and worked for several weeks after the storm in emergency management there. I've done a lot of stuff with storms over the years, and I've also was an emergency dispatcher for a while. And of course, you guys know now I'm in the media. I broadcast on commercial radio, producing a talk radio show. So yeah, a lot of different stuff. Yeah, I appreciate that, Nick. Yeah, I love doing it. I would do it again, even though I know my back would get ruined again. I was a little inside. I was involved in an explosion in 1992, and some people had a double wide home on their property, and it looked like a home. And I snatched the door open on this place and put a bunch of water in, and as I'm spraying the water, it exploded. What it was the guy was running a business where he was fixing chainsaw motors and propane equipment, and all that stuff was in there. And as you guys know, propane motors are made out of magnesium. It's actually a burning metal, And if it gets hot enough, it will burn. And when it burns really hot. And of course, that set off a propane explosion that ended up spewing burning metals all over the place and blew me out into the front yard and damaged my back really bad. Yeah. And then I lied about it for a long time so I could stay a firefighter. I should have retired that day. I'd have had a full retirement. I could have walked away. They would have paid my bills the rest of my life. But I didn't want to do that. I had just made lieutenant 3 weeks earlier. Are you kidding me? I got my own engine, my own station now. Are you nuts?
Going on over here.
And so I lied. I went in there and took a bunch of pain pills and told the doctor, yeah, I can do that. I can do this. Everything's great. Yeah, it works great. No pain. Everything's good. All right, back on duty. Sign me off. Boy, I was pretty stupid, wasn't I? But I did get 12 more years in a career. As an officer, worked my way up through the ranks. Retired as the chief. And I'm proud of my career. I liked it.
Paying for it.
Oh, Nick, you'd have to do that, Nick. Thank you very much. But you didn't have to do that, Nick. I'd do anything to help you guys. You know that. I'm not like that. But I do appreciate it. I don't even. I notice this. You guys have known me for like a year now, and I don't talk about this stuff much. But I'll tell you guys since you're in here. I've had an interesting life. I've done some really neat things. People ask me, what's the coolest thing you've ever done? What's the craziest, strangest thing you've ever done? And I think that has to be pulling into Florida City at 6 a.m. the morning after Hurricane Andrew leveled the entire town. Leveled the entire town of Florida City. Even the brick homes were laying on the ground. And we get there and we realize we can't get to where we're going because there's a broadcast tower down. And when the sun came up that morning, I was sitting there and they had shut all the trucks down. Yeah, I think she is asleep, but she'll be out in a little while. She just takes short naps. She's like Edison. Anyway, so we're sitting there and the sun starts to come up and I see first light. And we hadn't started everything back up yet. We were taking a break. We had just cut all this out of the road. We had found an alternate way around. We were almost to where we were going. The people weren't quite ready there yet. So we had shut down the trucks and we were basically just standing by for a few minutes and taking a break. And I sat there and all around me, it looked like a war zone. There was burning fires. Everything was down. The power lines were all down. The poles were down. The buildings were down. The big warehouses were down. All the stuff that was in the warehouses across the road. And I'm sitting there and that sun starts to come up and I notice there's not a bird. There's not a mosquito. There's nothing. It's dead silence. Silence like you've never heard in your life ever before. It's a silence that was deafening. I could hear the ringing in my ears, and this was before my tinnitus. We sat there, and I almost got emotional. I mean, most of these people didn't even realize that everything they owned was gone. And the sun comes up, and it's just this beautiful sunrise. I mean, this just 14 hours earlier, an eye wall was destroying this town. 8 hours earlier, we were preparing to leave. You know, a few hours later, we arrive over there. We ran lights and siren all the way across the alley, and we arrived down Chrome. We get there, and now I'm sitting there, and I'm watching the most beautiful sunrise I've ever seen in my life. And as the sun comes up, I realize there's nothing left of anything. I've never seen anything like it in my life. And as the sun came up, it was emotional. It was like these people, everything's just gone. I mean, it was gone. Other than Fort Myers Beach, we didn't even see devastation like this out of Ian. Andrew, if you guys remember, Andrew was a 170 mile an hour superstorm. It actually was bigger, faster, and stronger than Hurricane Ian. And I don't know. I still appreciate I can go back to that morning
It's all rotating
and
pretty
feel
quick,
that
but
feeling that I felt.
guns
It
on
was
the ground, it's
such a mixed emotion.
Blue Grove
I was
now.
excited to be there. I was excited to help. I was anxious to get started. And I just watched this beautiful sunset, and as the light rose over the ground, I realized there's nothing left there but our vehicles intact. Anyway, craziness. Oh. Anyway, yeah, I think Carl's asleep. And yeah, it was a crazy time anyway. All right, so let's we're still looking at the radar here. This one, they're still issuing warnings on it. They did just issue another warning here, which will carry this one further north. And notice they stretched this warning a lot further up here to the north. So that's telling me that the last warning only came over this way. So that's telling me they're expecting this to maybe start moving a little more northeast as it goes forward. So we'll have to watch for that component and see if we start seeing more of a northeast. Currently 59 alerts nationwide, 59 alerts. Let's take a look at Eastland, Texas. Eastland, Texas. This is the one that's a little further south, and it also has looked like it's weakened a little bit. We do still see a couplet, but not a good couplet. Notice it doesn't look like a yin-yang anymore. It just looks like a red blob. It's and there's kind of gray. When you see gray between the red and the green, that's a good sign. That means you've got a weakening system. All right, I'm probably going to turn that scanner off before long because they're getting more into a recovery mode now there. But we'll listen for a few more minutes. It looks like what went through there was probably not a long track. It was probably not a 3, 4, or 5. So we're just going to hope that maybe the damage wasn't too bad from this one. They never did issue a tornado emergency on it. So, as you guys know, one of the most confusing things with the National Weather Service is the warning system. And it's kind of difficult sometimes to kind of figure out exactly what warning is bad and what warning isn't, or what's worse than another. The term warning is always bad. Warning is the highest one. When you get up to a warning, the only thing higher than a warning is an emergency. When we had Ian hitting here, we were under a hurricane warning, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they issued an alert that you don't ever hear, and it kind of freaked us out. They issued a high wind emergency, and that means they're expecting over 100-mile-an-hour winds everywhere over an entire region, and they call that a tornado emergency. The term emergency is only used then for hurricanes, and only 4s and 5s, and only making landfall in areas. And then the other one is a tornado emergency, and a tornado emergency is the highest warning issued. When they issue a tornado emergency, they have to have a large tornado. It has to be on the ground and confirmed to be doing damage before they can issue a tornado emergency. And these are only issued for the most catastrophic of the storms out there. So anytime you hear a tornado emergency, if that's truly what's going on, because some people misuse the verbiage, but if it's truly a tornado emergency, well, that's a tornado emergency. That's the one you got to definitely heed the warning for, because that generally means we've got a large, possibly even a long track tornado. All right, we're down to 2 tornado warnings now, but this one is now observed again. This one here in Eastland, Texas is now observed again. So let me see if I can get a scanner from up here. Give me just a second. I literally type in what county. Okay, it's Eastland County. Well, that makes sense. Okay, so let's see if I can now find this one. It's a little bit lower. If you guys saw how crazy it was trying to do this. All right. Sure says Eastland County, but I don't see an Eastland County. All right, so I'm trying to find you a scanner feed for that area. I'll tell you guys, I don't do a lot of it, but I'm going to be doing more of it, and that is coverage of other news events. I do some coverage of other news events, like let's say, civil unrest or hurricanes or large incidents of magnitude, mostly in this country. I will go ahead and cover those. I'm going to go live and cover them using whatever resources I have, and hopefully you guys will find that interesting. I think it would be cool. So I've done some of it before, and it came out good, but I didn't have that many people following me, and so maybe didn't go as well. But now that I've got some more people following me, maybe we can get. Because here's the thing, if you do a live and no one shows up, no one's ever going to show up. I hate to say it, but if you do a live and 50 people show up, then suddenly the YouTube algorithms go, oh, that live's going well, so let me send some more people. So they start putting your impression up on more and more and more pages. And as they do that, of course, you'll get more people coming into your live stream. And so that's what I try to do here, is just try to keep it going. Hey, Pam from customer service. How you doing tonight? I appreciate you coming in tonight, everybody. Thank you very much for coming in. This is live continuing storm coverage, and we are watching Texas, and we are watching Missouri and Kansas and Oklahoma, and all four of those states are having some pretty bad weather, and they're going to have some bad weather overnight. What we're watching right now is we actually have an observed tornado right now with tennis ball size hail. This don't even look really strong enough, but you can actually see it here. I told you a minute ago that the couplet was going away. Well, it's coming back. You can kind of see, you can see the couplet here. There's your couplet. And so your tornado's right there somewhere. But it's weird because on the radar, your tornado's sitting right here, right where your J hook comes in, right there. And then this is probably, if there's a debris ball, it's going to be right there. And there you go. So this looks like we do have one here. It is reported as observed at this time with 2.5-inch tennis ball size hail reported and an observed tornado on the ground, or possibly on the ground. Confirmed tornado, possibly on the ground. I want to make sure I say things properly. I want to do the meteorologically correct thing. Listening while you power wash the patio. I love it. Yeah, we get, look, we corner the market on mildew down here and algae and all that kind of stuff. I mean, Florida grows that stuff like it's going out of style. We got green algae, we got blue-green algae, and we got red tide. So, I mean, at least the one thing you got to say is we've got some colorful shit going on down here when it comes to our water. All we need now is some chartreuse slime. All right, so anyway, they've gone back to radar indicated on this one. So whoever had an eye on it has lost it now. The storm spotter that had an eye on this has lost it now. And the yin-yang is starting to get some gray in here again. I told you guys, you want to look for separation between the green and the red if you're wanting a weakening storm. And what you see here is this gray, all this gray down through here is starting to form between the red and the green. And as more and more gray squeezes in there, that starts to tell us that the winds are not really tight around this thing, and we probably don't have a tornado. So, but right now, I think we do still have a tornado. Whether it's on the ground or not, we don't know. But I was looking for scanners for this one. I can't find them, but we're going to keep looking. All right, let's take a little trip here. Let's take a look back. I'm going to show you guys what the whole system looks like. We're going to switch to the nationwide radar. This gives us an entire overview of what's going on right now out there. The orange hash lines that you see inside the red blob, that is the high risk area. And then, of course, you see the red line within that. That's even a higher risk area. I think that's like the you're messed up zone right there or something. You can see here we've got the storms down here in Texas that are moving up. This is that one we were just watching down here. This is the other one we were watching right here. They're the only two that are blinking because they're the only two tornado watches that we have on the map. But this entire system is what we're going to be watching tonight. And we've got storm chasers, but of course we're going to end up losing daylight before they get a storm. Now, remember, we're about an hour and a half past where daylight is here out there. I don't know exactly what time zone they're in, but it doesn't matter. That part of the country is about an hour and a half behind where I'm at here as far as the sunlight. And we've still got direct sunlight outside. So we've still got time, probably 2 to 3 hours of usable light left out there. So hopefully we can get in behind one of these or get in front of one of these and see it. Let's take a look. This is our storm chasers are around these storms here, this complex of storms. And I'm going to put this, I'm going to switch this back to single site mode because it's it actually shows you much better in single site mode what's going on. And then we are going to switch it to a nearby tower site. There we go. Now, there's what's going on. Let's take a look at our storm chasers. They're moving around on the map as we speak. Here's our first one down here on this. I'm going to go bottom to what is going on. I'm going to go bottom to top. Oh, we got a blank screen on him. All right, he's not coming up. All right, and you've got another one here. This is Connor Croft, and he is heading towards that storm. You can see him right there, so definitely go visit him. That's Connor Croft, C-R-O-F-F. He is a storm chaser, and you can just Google him up there and find out more about him. I will put links to all these guys in the final description. All right, and let's see here. He's behind the storm, and he looks like he's caught in traffic, so he's back behind it a little bit. That's Aaron J. Jack. Check him out. And Connor, there we go. I thought we just checked him down here. Oh no, this is a different one. This is Corey Gherkin in his storm chase vehicle. But we are going to keep an eye on these guys. And none of these storms up here are tornado warned right now. Boy, he's in it. Look at this. There you go. All right. And again, I'm not rebroadcasting these streams. I'm just taking snippets under fair use. Okay, let's go up here and take a peek. This is Willard Sharp. Check him out. Sometimes these guys put their websites on here too, but I don't see that many of them tonight. All right.
Yeah, there's one of those roads. It was dirt.
He's got a 98-mile-an-hour wind, but that's because he's doing about 70 down the road. Let's see here. It's 86 where he's at right now. All right. Let's move on down the line. You can see we're all in our really bad area here. And again, there is no storm chasers down here. I do have one stationary camera out ahead of this one that we can kind of check out. Switch to a different radar site down here. All right. We now have 56 active storms. Still got very big hail reported with this storm in Eastland, Texas. Man, look at that. It sure is hooking up again like it wants to be a tornado, like a big boy. You can start to see it wanting to hook up there. It's hooking up. The couplet's not impressive yet, but we do have all the dynamics in place. And this is a little bit south of the major warned area. Hi. All right. Well, thanks everybody for coming in tonight. We are going to stay on for a while here watching this severe weather. Thanks Peggy and Danny, talking life with Nick and Victor C, and all of our other friends, Pam from customer service, and everybody that's out there. Thank you very much for being here. We really appreciate you guys being here.
Hi, everyone. Good morning.
Here, babe. Now they can see you.
Oh, they don't need to see this. They looked at this shit for 4 hours last night. Morning.
Live from the Starship Studios in Southwest Florida, Carlotta Alata has just joined us.
Back out of my coma, ladies and gents.
Let me put her mic over here. She'll be featured in the left speaker.
This suits me. I'm left-handed. Why not?
There you go. There you go. All right, so let's go back over here. This is the radar. 56 warnings now out there. Boy, I'll tell you, it has gotten busy. This particular one here, we got ping pong size hail.
Ping pong.
Carlotta covers ping pongs as well, but for a different reason.
I do love a good ping pong table and a ping pong ball.
But you don't need a paddle.
Oh, you do need a
paddle. Oh, maybe you do need a paddle.
Yeah,
oh.
You wanna definitely make it a two-person.
See, she shows up, the weather show gets dirty. It's all right, though. We're starting to get a little bit of a yin-yang here. Look at that. Here we go. You can see right there where they're starting to connect up, right there. And looks like we got one. We got one! I need to get that over here on this button bar. Gabor NRD. Okay, so let's see here. Let's go here. Oh, maybe I don't have that one.
Can you read that for a minute?
Okay. Yeah, this one bears watching. This one bears watching. Let's see here. Let's go back to that Eastland one, that southern one there. Yeah, see guys, we're starting to get a debris ball again on this one. Again, this one's the one I looked for scanner feeds on. As soon as we get one starting to really go again, I'm going to start looking for the scanner feeds again. I think that was kind of cool. Earlier we were able to actually hear hear the guys going out on the calls. That was pretty cool. All right, and where's this third one at? Let's check this third one out. Oh, this is that one back up in Clay. This one's been going on for just a little while now. So that's Clay. Okay, and finally, a tornado warning just issued in Oklahoma. We've got storm chasers on this one. All right, here we go. He is right behind this one, and we've got tornado warnings. Oh, look at this.
Uh-oh.
There it is, guys. It's forming right now. This is live. This is live. This is Brandon Kopek. Brandon Kopek, chaserwx.net. chaserwx.net. And we're just taking some snippets here under fair use. But man, we have got us a tornado. Look at that. We've got us a tornado. Wow.
I think Carrie Underwood wrote a song about that.
Maybe.
It's a good song, actually.
All right.
It's a really good song.
I'm going to put this up here so we can keep an eye on it. Let's see who else we've got chasing this. We've got Aaron J. Jack is behind it, but he doesn't have eyes on it right now. Let's see here. We've got Vince Welty, seethestorm.net. That's seethestorm.net. He does not have an eye on it. We're going to check back with him in just a minute.
How's the weather at towards Nikki's
Corey
areas?
Gherkin. Looks like we've lost his feed. Oh, there it's trying to come back, but I don't think he's got balls on it either. All right, so we're going to continue looking here. Looks like the one that has it is Brandon Kopek, which he's always getting it. He's one of the best out there, guys. chaserwx.net. That's chaserwx.net. I don't even mind if you pull him up on a side computer or on a device or something so you can watch him directly. That's perfectly fine. Please do that. What did I miss something?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. All right. This that is live up there, guys. That is live. And he is down here. That's him right here. You can see me moving my cursor there. That's him right there. He is right up behind this thing. It is not rain wrapped. It is not rain wrapped. We've got a storm where the tornado is out in the open, and he is right on this thing. All right. Well, that happened quick. These guys are good. These storm chasers are amazing.
How's Tennessee doing with the rain and all that, and Alabama and Georgia?
I've gotten no warnings from over there, but I haven't directly checked.
I didn't think there would be like tornadoes, but is it like still raining and wet and all that nasty stuff? Boy, I don't like the flow of that of the bowl there, babe. It looks like it's warming up.
You talking about?
We're doing weather right. I was looking at the currents and the temperature of the bowl.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I told him if it slows down later, we'll talk hurricanes for a few minutes.
I'm leaving.
But she'll get up and leave if I do that. She thinks that if you don't talk about it, it won't happen.
No, it's not that.
Okay, so Mobile, Alabama is clear, and looks like the Knoxville area is clear as well.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, not too bad. Not much going on. Most of this is Pennsylvania does have some rain going up through the middle of it right now. I don't know where our fam is up there, but we do have some rain. This is a shot.
That's towards the middle, like Harrisburg and Hagerstown, coming out of Maryland. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Pittsburgh.
Yep. So there you go. That's what's going on there. We'll go out to a national view so you can kind of see what's going on out there in the world.
Oh,
Besides
yeah.
the broken radar in Mexico, that's not an alien landing. It's a broken radar site. Okay. But yeah, you can see here our line of thunderstorms that we are watching in Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Missouri. Those are our hot spots tonight.
You know, last night I was doing the weather with Dax and all, and up in parts of Canada, the lower parts of Canada, or was it, I don't know, whatever state it was, they were talking about the temperature being low, that ice
Yep.
and snow.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. All right, we are, oh, shoot, I keep clicking the wrong screen. That's important. We are in the car with Brandon Kopech, chaserwx.net. That's chaserwx.net. And he is trying to catch up to this thing. There it is. He's moving the camera around. And there's the cell, looking out his left window and now towards the front.
Oof.
Man, that camera's, he must be going like 90 miles an hour. That camera's moving up there. Oh, man. There it is. He's getting up behind it. Looks like the tornado's pulled back up into the clouds again. All right. And let's see here.
Hi, Victor. So, babe, as you're looking at this, today I found something and I sent it out to my fams. And I wanted to know, is this my response or what?
Your wife live in 3 easy steps. Step 1, hold her hands. Step 2, look into her eyes. Step 3, tell her, I am the madman. How to make your wife laugh in 3 easy steps.
Jesus.
Step 1, hold her hands. Step 2.
Yeah. Anyway.
That's that look and laugh I give you.
Oh boy, I gotta reset this. Okay, so we're gonna take a quick peek over here at. Tell you another great website is windy.com. I love me some windy.com. What?
As long as you don't say the restaurant or I taste like it were good.
Not Wendy's, Windy.
Yeah.
Windy.
Her name was Wendy.
Her name was Wendy. Okay, so this is Windy. This is the satellite view of these storms as they're starting to spark up there. And while we're doing that, I'm going to restart Radar Omega. I'm doing about 20 things with that program, so every now and then it just you got to restart it, get it going again. All right, and this is a look at that supercell that he's chasing. This is a look at that supercell on Windy.
Wow.
Windy.com. So if you don't have Radar Omega, that's fine. Got Windy.com. Windy.com works great. And let's see if we got Brandon Kopech. Looks like he's down now. Oh, no. Oh, man, Corey is right in the middle of it, guys. He is right in the middle of it. Let's take a peek at that. This is going to be one of our storm chasers here. I'm going to put him right there. This is Corey Gherkin. And you can see with his cracked windshield, he is already in the thick of it. Brian's down. I don't know what's wrong, so I'm just going to move him over here so we can keep an eye, because, yeah, there we go. He's coming back up. All right. All right, there's our 3 storm chasers that are right behind this storm. And those are all 3 live shots now, and we are right behind this storm. We're going to split the radar in half. The left is reflected. The right is radial velocity. Again, the left is how much rain the radar is getting a reflected image back from, how much it's seeing. The right is, on the other hand, is the velocity, the speed the rain is moving through the air. Green towards the tower site, red away from the tower site. And these feeds will come and go. They are in an area with sparse coverage. And we just got another tornado warning issued. Now we've got 2 tornado warned issued cells here. There's 2 different cells that are now tornado warned. You can see there's 3 boxes blinking now. 3 boxes blinking. Yeah, this is it's a good one. I'm hoping he can get his camera working and get up behind it again. That would be really cool.
Well, it's only fair. If we can't have proper service at the cabin, I don't find it funny that these guys are in the middle of a freaking tornado and still get cell service.
Yeah.
Me and Elon need to have a meeting. We discussed that last night on my show.
Well, he's put up an entire Starlink system, babe.
He can put it up until we can use it at the cabin. Screw him and his
We can use it
inventions.
at the cabin. I can't afford it.
Well, I still need to have a talk with him then.
All right.
If he can give it to people in Indonesia who are poor, he can give it to us country people in frickin' Georgia.
I think he should send us a free one. I think he should send us a free one.
Oh, the McCoy's got the steps up?
Yeah, I guess.
So what's everybody doing this fine Saturday evening as we watch the naders go through the Midwest? Chatty chat chat?
I don't know, everybody's gotten a little quiet out there. I think they're watching the storm.
Oh yeah. They I do it. I'll put something on and be running around doing other things or having a couple different channels up watching everybody at once. I do it.
All right, guys, and again, we're just going to take a quick peek. This is the satellite image, and look at that. You can see them firing up all along that line, and as time goes on, the line connects in and fills in, and you can see all the storms forming. Here's a look at it on the radar. This is a look at it on the Doppler radar here, and I can run that in a loop as well and show you there how it's moving across. And notice that they are somewhat building in intensity as time goes on this evening.
Power washing, yeah. Power washing's fun. Although that's something else I'm not allowed to be around, along with the hot glue gun and glitter.
No power washers. She gets carried away. She just like starts power washing everything.
Everything, everyone, anything that's around me. Critters, anything. No, I'm kidding. I don't wash critters with it.
It's like, baby, you can't do the inside of the car with it. All right. I don't know. It looks like we might have another one starting to drop up here. She's blasting green stuff.
Yeah.
She's got a slime and mold problem or something there. What did you call it? Algae. That's what it was. Algae.
Oh yeah.
And
I
I
heard
told
you
her, I
talking
said,
about our
we
beautiful-
corner the market on algae, mold, fungi, you name it.
palmetto bugs.
If shit grows, it grows in Florida because it's hot and nasty down here all the time. Except those few months in the winter when it's not hot and nasty.
It's not months, it's 2 weeks.
Just 2 weeks. The 2 weeks in the winter when it's nice here. All right. Man, oh man. I don't like this tower site. I'm going to see if I can find us another tower site here.
You know, after Irma, it took about a year or two, and we had the algae break. We're going in the second year of Ian. So unless this year we get smacked a few more times, not to say in a smack where it smacks us, but if it walks up the bowl on our side, it may stir the water up and keep the algae bloom away a little bit longer.
All right, guys, hang in there with us. We're going to be continuing to watch this tonight. This is going to be live continuing coverage of the tornado outbreak that we're seeing here in the Midwest. And, well, I don't know what you want to call it. I guess it's north of Texas, Texas and north. The area we are looking at is a pretty big swath of the country right now under some kind of warned threat. Anybody in that red area right there could expect major tornadoes going into the evening tonight. And then, of course, the yellow and the orange should also be storm ready at that point, because you could get it there as well. We're watching this entire complex of storms move west to east, and you can see the line forming up here. All along here, this is the line forming up. And as it moves through the warned area, past Wichita and towards Kansas City, these storms will continue to fire up into the evening, and so we are definitely going to be staying with that.
It was about 1 or 2 in the morning when the last alert came out, and then they start up. Them alerts will start going off sometimes at like 4:30 in the morning again. It's crazy. It's been super busy early morning too with this stuff. I feel for these people in these parts of the country.
All right, we're going to see if we can get some of these all going here. You got to remember, they're all in areas where they're in an area here where there's spotty cell service, and we're going to just do our best here to provide the coverage. This is a large storm that's on the ground, or not on the ground, I'm sorry. It's a large storm that has been producing funnels. However, there's nothing on the ground right now. This is Major, Oklahoma, Woods, Oklahoma, and Woodward, Oklahoma is where we're at right now. And what we're looking at here is multiple storm cells that are basically running together here. And we're going to look in a little bit closer. You can see our 4 storm chasers. That's those circles with the guys' faces in them. These are our 4 storm chasers. And there's your couplet right there. And there's your big, huge, gaping J-hook. I don't know what the hell that's all about. But that's the storm we're looking at, guys. There it is right there.
I'm still having an issue with that J-hook part. It should be a fish hook.
Should I call it candy cane?
No, a J-hook, a J comes down and goes to the left. Sometimes they go to the right. I would call that a fish hook, because a fish hook you can turn. A J is always to the left.
So apparently there's a rule somewhere that you can't turn a J.
No, because then it becomes a fish hook.
Or something. All right.
That's why, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't do good in math.
I guess. There you go, guys. And special thanks to our storm chasers, as well as to our Radar Omega site here and windy.com, and of course the National Weather Service maps that we use here. All very helpful. We had a few warnings in North Florida earlier.
Oh, really?
Yeah, around Jacksonville.
Oh, yeah, that system that's over there.
Yeah, you can see here, it's just exiting off the coast with a lot of lightning down there. But that should end the threat for Florida tonight.
And the Carolinas, Georgia.
Yeah, and it's all, Georgia's pretty much in the clear now, except the
East Coast.
The southeast Georgia, right around Kingsland there, and north of Jax, the Okefenokee.
South Carolina's got some weather.
It's starting to clear up there. And North Carolina, South Carolina, the line's moving through. It's about midway through your states now. Again, this is the storm we're watching. And you can see our 4 storm chasers there in the little circles. If their circle disappears, it probably means we've lost their signal for so many minutes. If we lose a signal for so many minutes in a row, it kicks it out, and it has to come back on again. Like, I only see 3 of them on the map right now, and there's one that's not reconnecting, so I think we might have lost one of them. Not that anything's happened to him, it's just, it does this out there. Some guys use a cell packet system where they actually can transmit to multiple cell service providers at the same time. Other people use just a single cell phone. They haven't gotten to the point where maybe they've been able to purchase one of those systems yet. They're not cheap. And so as these guys chase, they get better equipment. And of course, the better equipment gets you to a cell site. That's the one thing with storm chasing that a lot of the guys forget about. They buy them a couple of good cameras, and they buy themselves, maybe a wind meter and maybe a good computer and an air card and all this other stuff, maybe a yellow blinking light, and they buy all these things that you would normally have to be a storm chaser, except one problem. They just use a regular cell phone to get to the cell phone tower, and because of that, they lose it a lot, unfortunately. Now, this new system they've got, the antenna goes on the outside of the car, and it connects to 3 different cell services at the same time. A little bit expensive, but hey, what's $150 when you're out using it every day chasing storms and getting great coverage? You can easily cover that. It's not a big deal. All right. It looks like it's wanting to put down one right there. I don't know. Let's see what we got. Still got 3 consecutive tornado warnings here on this long elongated cell. I think your third chaser there, I think he's slowing down here because I think he knows something. I think he's watching that lowering up there. We've got a lowering wall cloud up there. All right, and that 4th storm chaser did pop back up. So let me see if maybe I just need to switch his camera out. All right. No, it's still not working. I don't know what the deal is with it. That's all right. We'll check it in a few minutes.
Wow. I just watched 4 of them roll the stop signs. All 4-way stop.
And guys, you'll see a lot of different vehicles.
No,
all
guys.
Like traveling together. And believe it or not, a lot of times what happens is you'll get 6 or 8 or 10 chasers. They're all chasing the same storm. They're all looking at the same radar. So a lot of them are going to make the same decisions, and you end up running together.
Yeah, Bill Paxton had that problem in Twister.
Yeah. Yeah, there's always that prick in the other vehicle. What?
There's a skeeter on my Peter, black him off.
Oh. All right.
Maya's on the van.
There we go.
She's had dinner.
Maya.
Bust stop kitty.
Maya is a gray cat that comes to our house every day.
She's the first one in my video, my short, on my
Oh,
channel.
there's a short on her?
She's the one on the van. That's Maya.
She was the bus stop kitty.
Is.
We're not even 100% sure where she came from, but if you ask any of the neighbors, she's theirs. The lady behind us, oh yeah, that's our cat. We feed her all the time. Really? You ask the people across the other street over there, oh yeah, that's our cat. We feed her all the time. This cat's got like 5 homes. Not only does she show up here to eat, she shows up here and she wants the food put in a certain place for her. They got us figured out, man.
She's got a grumpy old meow.
Meow. These cats can figure us out pretty quick.
She's fixed and all, but she's probably a good 8 or 9 years old now.
All right, so we're watching this one cell here, and this is the one that's going to be right near a burnt burner.
I like a burnt burger.
No, not a burnt burger. Nobody wants a burnt burger.
I like a hockey puck. Leave me alone.
I know you do. It's terrible. It should be a crime. If you have a steak, anything more than medium rare, don't waste the steak. Go get you a pork or something, or go get you a nice piece of chicken that we can cook. Don't waste beef if you're going to overcook it.
Ooh, Dax had a brisket going last night.
Oh, I love brisket.
Oh.
Oh, I love me some brisket. Uh-huh. Love me some brisket. All right. Guys, is there anything I can explain or anything we could talk about that you want us to talk about while we're watching the coverage here? While we're doing this, I'm going to look and see if I can figure out what county this is. Let me see if I can figure out what county this is. Oh, man, we've got a bunch of them now. Major, Oklahoma, Woods, Oklahoma.
And what? Woodward? Woodland?
Cleo Springs, Fairview. Let me see if I can find a scanner feed for Fairview. So first you have to go here.
I was even able to give out power outages last night, babe. You'd be quite impressed.
I was impressed.
Still, Matt ain't got to worry about his day job over there as our chief meteorologist, but I'm giving him a run for his money.
There you go. Okay, so it's Major County, Oklahoma. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go back and we're going to browse feeds. We're going to go to Oklahoma, or Oklahoma, depending on where you're from. And let me kind of eyeball where this is in Oklahoma. Okay.
You mean, how do they get the warnings to let them know when the railroad? Victor. I love saying that name.
Beaver County. Beaver. Home of the beaver.
I'm not going there. You're not doing it to me. Not to me, Satan.
But it's the home of the beaver. See, and once again, it said it's Major County. I can't find a Major County anywhere along the top of Oklahoma.
Well, there's Woodward. You just passed Woodward. Woodward's up here, and that was in that line. There's Woodward. There's Major.
Oh, there it is. I don't know why you didn't click on it the first time.
I figured, your show, I let you have the helm.
No scanners there. Woodward County Public Safety. Let's listen to that shit.
I'd like to know where all my teachers are right now. They can kiss my ass. See, I was listening. Sometimes. Yes, a train can fall over.
Yeah, it sure can.
Tornadoes, tornado, it don't care. The only thing about, never mind, I'm not going to go to, but yeah, it can pick up just about anything, and it does. And it relocates things very well. It will relocate a train if it's the right circumstance, but usually it just puts them over.
Sounds like the same scanner.
Anything with the wind velocity can overturn something.
Yep. It mostly depends on the wind, but the biggest thing is how high a profile is the vehicle. That's where you really...
Like for trains and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, if the train is tall, if it's a flatbed train and there's nothing on it, it's not going to roll over.
And it's not connected to other
But
trains.
if it's a box train and it's empty, your profile is high, your weight is low, it'll flip it right over. Stroke.
Oh no, he's at Publix, poor person.
Stroker.
705
There's your 4 storm chasers. They're all behind this thing now. They're all chasing.
Okay.
This is not the most serious complex of storms right here to be chasing, but it's who we got the chasers for. All right, we got 45 alerts nationwide, and we've still got the major Oklahoma and Woods, Oklahoma, which is the one we're looking at now, and Blaine, Oklahoma. And then we've got 2 others we're going to go take a look at here. This is Montanique, Texas, and Jefferson, Oklahoma. This one's crossing over the state line right here. And this one looks a little more impressive. That's a J-hook. That's a nice couplet right there. But we have no storm chasers on this one. And that's it. That's our 2. Oh, that's enough. All right, we're monitoring 2 different county scanner feeds, but they don't seem to be very busy. And that's for this storm right here that our storm chasers are on.
Lady. Real life, girlfriend, we got you.
4, go ahead.
1022, I'll stand by because of traffic. B10A, clear traffic.
704, okay.
Okay. And again, that's scanner traffic from this complex of storms here, from 2 different counties that are out ahead of this thing, or actually in it now. And we've got our 4 storm chasers that are struggling for internet service out there.
Whoa. I don't know what happened. I went in and started watching TV, and next you know, the TV was watching me.
Wow. Amazing stuff.
I know.
Hennessy.
Hennessy. That's a good drink.
It's near Hennessy. All right, I'm going to switch views just quickly to show you guys. This is that same storm complex that you're watching. And this is what it looks like as it's coming through. Look at that.
Welcome back, Nikki.
All right.
Yeah, Nick, I'm kind of with you. The best way I'm going to ever watch a tornado is if I'm watching, what was that movie, Twister. It's about as close as I want to be because, yeah. I like a good breeze, but, I don't want to fly.
This is a great shot of this storm forming. Take a look at this, guys. Watch this storm as it comes across. Watch it forming.
Oh, yeah, it builds. Oof.
That's the storm we're watching right now. And there it is. That's the genesis of it right there.
That you can tell right where the line is that it needs to get the convection going. Yep. Yeah, Twister was a good movie. And Bill Paxton, he's just a cutie. I loved him on Big Love, and you got to see that cute little ass of his every once in a while in the scenes. Oh. And of course, Bill Paxton, babe.
Yes.
Why don't you put her in charge?
Elevator to hell, going down.
And he was great in Club Dread, playing a knockoff Jimmy Buffett. Son of a bitch, man.
Won't you put her in charge? And we're starting to, it looks like we're losing light out there, guys, but we're not. It's still light here, and they're an hour plus behind us, so we should still have another hour plus of usable daylight out there. There is some lowering. I see lowering. Yeah, all right, I'm going to kill those. There's nothing coming over those. That county's gone digital, and the scanner's still on analog.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, that one was loud. All right, let's see.
Sorry for the earbud wearers.
I got to tell you guys, this is an amazing shot. If I can get it, if I can get it to come up. Can you guys see the second shot up there? The sun rays coming through, and the.
I call that God's elevator. That's when they come and go. They can come visit and they can leave. I love a good sun ray. They're beautiful.
These guys are falling behind, man. They're gonna have to get on it.
See, we live in God's waiting room. That's God's elevator. Picking up or dropping off.
Picking up and dropping off. Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Yeah.
I still don't see any like major couplet here, but there is definitely something going on there.
I think I'm going to go to Five Below tomorrow and check out their earbuds. I need some earbuds, something with not a string, because I'm forever hanging myself with them when I'm traveling.
You want like wireless ones?
Yeah. So this way I can be a real pain in the ass on the airplane when I drop it on the floor and I got to bend over and tell people to move. Because it'll pop out of my ear.
All right, and the county right behind where all this is happening just popped up, and they're having power issues there, although I have to go over here to look at it. Let's see here. Yep, 128 customers currently without power, so this storm is slowly knocking out some of the power as it goes.
Hey, Nikki, can I give you a call on the phone? Are you busy? Just need to talk to you for like 5 minutes.
All right, these are currently our two. Yeah, these are our two warnings right now. That's pretty much what's left. They've let all the warnings on this complex of storms expire.
All right, babe, I'll be back and we'll give Nick a call real quick.
Okie doke. Here's our only warnings that we have out right now are on this particular cell right here. And it doesn't look all that impressive. Yeah, we've got a couplet here on this one, guys. There's even a white pixel in there. This is definitely a couplet. You can see a very stringent line that goes across there. I mean, this is definitely a couplet. I can't do this because it puts my stuff up behind everything. There we go. All right. Look at that. You got this flat line right through the middle of it. And that's because if we go to here and zoom out, you can see where the tower site is. See it back over here, the Frederick Tower site? So the green stuff is heading towards the tower site and the red stuff's heading away from it. So this stuff is moving. Anything green is moving in this direction, and anything red is moving in this direction, away from the tower site. So that shows you where if there's a tornado, that's where the rotation is in the clouds right there. But this is not the storm our storm chasers are on, unfortunately. Will it let me move this? No. All right, so there's your J hook. Always a J hook. I mean, it's kind of just one of those things. Now, you can see something that's not a J hook, and you think it's a J hook, but it's not a J hook. That's entirely possible. But for the most part, when you see everything else coming together, and then you begin to see this signature on there, you know what it is. It's J hook. All right, so that damn thing. Okay, so all right, here we go. There's your J hook right there, and a storm will always have one. They're usually coming up from the south like that. They're normally coming up that way, these J hooks. That's how you look for them. Then of course we just had another update here, and again, still got a good center of circulation right there. It's a shame we don't have any storm chasers over here. And there is no warnings up there. Interesting. Well, guys, thanks for coming tonight. I'm going to go off for a little while. I'm going to have me some dinner. Right now, there's pretty much a lull in the activity right now. We have no tornadoes on the ground anywhere. And we only have 2 active warnings, and they're on the same cell. And there's possibly something starting to happen there. But I am going to go ahead and go because I may be on late tonight. I don't know. We don't know what's going to happen yet. So hit that notification, hit that subscribe, hit the thumbs up for me. We really appreciate it here. And do me a favor and keep an ear out, because we will be going back on tonight as soon as the situation warrants, okay? But for right now, I am going to go ahead and shut down for an hour or so, and we'll see where we're at in an hour. It seems now like this is a good lull in the activity to go ahead and take a little bit of a break here. We have been on for over an hour already, and I definitely want to go back on and continue doing this. Actually, we've been on 2 hours and 8 minutes already. 2 hours and 8 minutes. So I do appreciate everybody coming, and please don't hate me for going off for a little while, but I've been on for 2 hours. I just came off a week of doubles at work. I wasn't even going to do anything today, but I'm watching this and I had to do it. So thank you guys for coming in. I will be up late tonight. I'm going to be watching this. First sign of trouble, I'm going live. So keep an eye on that, and we'll see how it goes. But I am going to clear for about an hour or so anyway, and then we'll reevaluate the situation then. This is Ian, Starship Adventures, and we are covering an outbreak of tornadoes in Texas and Oklahoma and Kansas, and we'll be continuing to cover it on and off as the situation warrants. Right now it's 8:02 p.m. Eastern time, and we are going to sign off for a little while and come back later if the situation gets worse again. Again, this is a tornado outbreak in Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas City, and we will be back tonight if things fire up again and we start to get tornadoes dropping out of the clouds. We'll be back on here on Starship Adventures to take you on a virtual storm chase. All right, we'll see you guys in just a little while. My name's Ian. Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one.